My name is Carson. Welcome to Thrifty Garage, a channel where we do everyday repairs, how-tos, and reviews. And in today's video, we're doing a 50-hour service on this Bobcat E35. Instructions. Drain filter daily. Whoops. Okay, so instructions for install are top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then to drain the filter daily, we've got loosen the bottom screw, let it drain, and tighten it. This is the first time I've touched this filter. For a 50-hour service, we need to change out our fuel filter. It's right here up top, up by the air box. And there's no space in here. Too big. I didn't have the correct size oil filter wrench, so I chose to use channel locks instead, and that may have been a mistake.
Oh, no. Oh my goodness, what the heck?
Gonna go ahead and remove this air box, give us a little more room here.
Well, that doesn't do me much good. Come on, Bobcat. Why are these loose?
In my experience, most oil filters and fuel filters will come off pretty easily with some channel locks if you don't have an oil filter wrench. Obviously the correct tool is better for the job.
Seriously. You gotta be kidding me.
I quickly ran to the store and grabbed the right size oil filter wrench, and still having a lot of difficulty here.
Well,
brand new filter wrench, bent handle, busted up fuel filter, still not off. I don't know what else to do.
this thing's on here. It's tighter than...
We purchased this machine brand new for the landscape business, so this is the first time it's been serviced. These are all brand new factory parts we're taking off here. Or should I say, attempting to take off. The only thing budging here is the oil filter wrench and not the fuel filter. Breaking out the screwdriver. You know things are getting bad when you gotta throw a screwdriver through your filter.
See, can you guys see that right there? Right there. They drew something on it. X marks the spot. Here we go. This is the winning ticket. This is factory approved way to get it off. Now we're just bending the screwdriver. Make me so mad. Oh my goodness! You've got to be kidding me. Because at this point I was thinking to myself, should have just paid Bobcat and serviced this for the first service. Wouldn't have been dealing with this. Some poor technician would have been doing this. Let's double up some more tools, see if we can get this off. At this point I've got to get it off. That's the only way this machine's going to run. That fuel filter's got holes all over it, and now got to have a new one installed. I think at this point I was in here 30-45 minutes just struggling with this. Very, very frustrating. Oh, it's moving. It's moving. I can see it. Now this fuel filter's moved just a tiny bit. The channel locks doesn't line up as well, so we're just pounding a little spot there, so it's got a flat spot for the channel portion. Well, I'm just glad this is not like down inside there. It's just relatively easy to get to. There's our positive. Positive thought before we get it off. Oh, it's moving so slow. I don't even feel like it's getting loose. This is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. It's finally moving. Holy smokes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, hallelujah. You should thank me for editing some of this out. This was 30-45 minutes in, trying to take off this fuel filter. Finally get this in. That doesn't include the time running to a parts store. That was about a day's worth of work right there. Quite the workout. Such a relief to get this off. So I put this new fuel filter in. After I put everything back together, I realized when I tried to prime this, probably should have added fuel to this. So if you're doing this 50-hour service or changing out your fuel filter, definitely fill up your fuel filter with whatever fuel you've got. In this case, we got diesel. Should have done that. Would have made priming much easier. Put our drain hose back on, tighten it back up, put our air box back together, bolt it back up. And here's where the priming didn't work. Probably should have filled that up with some fuel. I don't feel anything coming through here. Make sure you take off your factory clamps because as a consumer, that's your responsibility. Yeah, this was really frustrating. Okay, good to go on that one. One more right here. Don't forget to remove your Bobcat factory clamps. That's a consumer responsibility right there. Here I'm going back and filling up that fuel filter with some diesel. Okay, put the fuel filter back on, and now onto our oil change. Our 50-hour service again here is an oil change, fuel filter. Okay, our oil filter is not as easy to get to as the fuel filter. It's down, way down there. Can't really get to it from the top, so we'll go down underneath. Okay, looks like our oil pan is right there. Gonna drip right on top of this hose I just replaced last night. Looks like that is our water separator for the fuel filter. And then over here, we got our oil filter. And this one is different than the replacement one they gave me, which I thought was interesting. Let's not repeat what we just did on the fuel filter. It definitely was more loose though. It's gonna drip right on this arm. These are huge arms. Oh my goodness, this is the longest threads ever. I think this thing's gonna fit through here. I should have rotated the cab around on this. It would have made it much easier. Put this drain plug in a better spot, as well as the oil filter location on the opposite side. Oh my goodness. Oh. Old shoebox right here. Double check our old O-ring, make sure it's not on the engine. Mark our hours. Lubricate our new O-ring. And reinstall the new filter. This one I could not pre-fill because it's on its side. Once we're finished draining, we can put our drain plug back in. Whenever I do an oil change on my vehicles, I always start them and run them for a minute, get everything cycling through, get that filter filled, and then I'll double check my my level. Most dipsticks show a quart of difference between the minimum and the maximum height. So if it's half full, you need to add a half quart. So I got two of these 1 gallon containers. They have 3.78 liters, and I put in about 1.5 gallons, or about 6 liters, which is pretty close to 6 quarts. The dealership told me it would take 6.7 quarts, and I wasn't sure if that was for the oil change or if that was for the entire capacity of the machine. If they were looking at specs, probably it was the entire capacity of the machine, so we probably don't need that much for an oil change because there's probably a little bit of residual. So we put about 6 quarts in, and I think we're pretty close to full. We'll run the machine and then we'll top it off if we need to, but that's pretty dang close right now. Using these railroad timbers was definitely worth it. Put it just high enough off the ground, make that oil change a lot easier. We also have a separate video showing hydraulic hose change for the push blade, and both of those repairs were much easier with those railroad ties and the added height. Here we're just cycling our hydraulics because, like I said, we just changed out that hydraulic hose, wanted to push any air bubbles out. Greasing the machine up. Thanks for watching this video on this 50-hour service. Hopefully it was useful and informative. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching Thrifty Garage.